It's been a pretty good day so far. It was leg day. It's my first really successful, I'm just going to go ahead and do leg day. I don't know why the tendency is to, well, I know why the tendency is not to dig it as much, but I'm starting to see the benefits of paying attention to leg day. One, you rest your upper body. On my schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is upper body, and Tuesday, Thursday is lower body. So Monday I get the workout. Tuesday I go in and I don't work out my upper body. The last few weeks I've been just, I've been taking creatine, so it is the tendency to start like pumping a few curls or, just those things, your chest or whatever you want, your veins to pop out and stuff, which, like this stuff. I don't know what it is about veins, vascularity. But I hope this video finds you guys and gals in a wonderful mood. I woke up this morning, I was 167.8, down 1.2 pounds. So I am on my cut. I'm dieting down, and there's 1.2 pounds. I had been down to 163, and I really haven't much of an idea of how I went from 163 to 169 in a few days. But this is how it happens once you start lifting. You'll gain and lose some weight. I think maybe, doesn't come to mind what the culprit for that was. But water weight, you'll find that just different things happen. Your body's like seasons, 167.8 looking good. Body fat down, of course BMI down. So that's my problem right now with this fluctuation. I mean, I want to be below 25% body fat. That is just a number, a goal. I'm getting less concerned with it as time goes on. Or I'm sorry, BMI, 25 BMI. Below 20% body fat would be awesome. At 163, I'm 19.9. So anything you see in the orange is in, and then the green is out. Not much has changed from yesterday other than the weight loss. So you'll see through the week, you'll see these numbers go down, like 167 and 25. I think about 163, 164. I'm below 25 BMI, and then that's when I hit below 20% body fat, which is kind of my goal since I'm dieting down right now. Here's my watch information. Of course, another crappy night's sleep. I cannot stress enough how sleep helps, especially with your workout. You'll hear this from Dr. Mike and Sam and Nipper. They all are going to tell you that you need to be rested, and that makes a whole lot of sense once you get right down to it. I personally am kind of just like an insomniac, but I'm taking steps to fix that. So I've been able to correlate it with lifting and dieting. As long as you pay attention to it, it should work. But elliptical, 27 minutes, pretty intense. I burnt 289 calories doing that, and then on my lifting, 27 sets at 376 calories. Once again, that was leg day. Heart rate, 74. I did get my low down to 40, which is always good, last night. And let's see, I'm already at 10,000 steps. Body battery, it would get a lot better if I got some sleep. I don't really pay attention to too much of this, but my pulse oxygen, pretty good. Normally is pretty good. It's Tuesday and my intensity minutes are already 315. That shows you something. I really push it too hard. I should chill. But I just don't want to right now. Activities and fitness age still down. All this basically it. I took my blood pressure this morning, and it's been running a little bit high. There at the bottom, respiration 14 BRPM, breaths per minute. And that is pretty good. If I were to want to explain, normally they run like at 11 on a rest day, so it's because I was working out. Here is my calorie tracker, carb manager. Get it, please. If you want to lose weight, get it. This was me so far. Actually, in the morning, I hadn't had breakfast yet, so I'd already burned 1,063 by the time I got back from the gym. Right there at the bottom, 163. I burnt 43 fat and 85 proteins. So on this particular program, when you go to, I'll have net values up on the last, so you can see, like, if you work out how many calories burning. You could eat back a couple calories if you wanted to. Here's another thing in my watch from my exercise today. Elliptical, 27 minutes, 289 calories burned, 130 BPM. I'm trying to keep my cardio BPM above 130. It's like right at fat burning. I can on a CrossFit elliptical, I can get that up to 140. It's very difficult to get my pulse to go up, which I never thought I'd say that. On this top line here, you go for like the elliptical. You know, it's my heart rate. This choppiness, I'm gonna have to look. Of course, I stopped here. You know, I slowed down. That was my cool down period, but then I pushed myself here. But you know, I like that to be a lot smoother. My body temperature. Don't pay too much of attention to that. But here's my zone. If you have these watches, and you can see where your zone lies at during this exercise, I lie in zone 3, where I right wanted to be for about 60%. I could do better. You know, really don't have to. Let's warm up, cool down time. You know. Here was my lifting. I lifted for a total of 1 hour. And here's the muscle groups. It was leg day, like I said, so I worked quads, and that's what's not funny, but that's, you know, I don't have a watch on my legs, so it didn't see me do my calves. Did my quads and my glutes, and of course your upper body gets a little bit of something depending on the exercise. I took screenshots of my exercises. During strength, and I'll show you in a little bit. During my strength training, you can see my heart rate went down a little bit, but I try to keep it pretty intense. You'll know by your heart rate. 106 average, that's pretty good. I was averaging in the 90s before I really started pushing myself. So maximum 133, that means I got a pretty good pump on a few things, you know, in my opinion. Somebody might be able to tell me different, but I think that's the case. You know, when you're working harder on weights, when you breathe heavy, when you're sitting in one place and you're breathing heavy. So I trust that. Here is my lifting app. I told you yesterday, Lyfta, Lyfta, get it, it's awesome. If you have the patience to put it in. Here was my quads, hams, hips, and calves day. I did a Smith full squat. I'll actually take you through that here in a second, but this is just my main page. There was 25,000 pounds in volume for 58 minutes, so the 58 minutes was close to what I had. I did a Smith full squat. Let me see, let me actually go to the pictures themselves. But here you can get an idea of my reps. Like, I'll show you the Smith full squat. 100 pounds, 8 reps apiece. I did not go to fail on this because it's a squat and I really didn't want to fall down. So here's, let me see, I'll try to find something I went to fail on. Legs I haven't really been going to fail on yet. You're going to find more arms. No, I didn't go anything on fail. But there's my Smith full squat, the Smith machine, for anybody else who doesn't tell you. There it is. It's a, you know, it's not pulleys, but it's a slide system that it's like it assists you, you know. So I'm sure other people will know way more about that than me, but it's you can do your squats without a spotter. And it offers a lot of control too. Like my right side is lower than my left side because of an old football injury, and that squares me up. So when I did a full squat today, I have a video of it, but I will spare you that. Lever seated front extension. This is Planet Fitness. If you get this app, it's got all the Planet Fitness machines. I haven't seen it lack one Planet Fitness machine so far. This would be your push forward lever seated leg extension. This is going to do your quadriceps in the front. Then this one is the one that you push down with your legs, which is going to get your hamstrings in the back. This, you can't really tell what she's doing because these are animated and I just took screenshots, but it's a kettlebell swing, and I'd never tried it before, but on leg day I was just kind of trying to incorporate just a little bit of cardio, and I did 3 sets of 10 on these, 12, 3 sets of 12 on these, and man, it really got my heart rate up. That could have been that high heart rate. But you can see down at the bottom, you can just see the glutes there. But on the top, you can see it's calves, quads, glutes. I'm pretty sure it also does hams and a couple upper body and an abdominal exercise. So I like to add a little bit of that stuff in. This is a great machine that I really only started seriously this week, but a few weeks ago I actually started just stretching it out. Seated hip adduction. There's adduction, ADD, and abduction, ABD, and I'll show you that in a second. But the adduction is squeezing your legs inward over and over like that. And that gets that inside. Oh my goodness. The first time you do that, be careful. Stretch your inner. That one don't get worked out a lot, all right? At least by me. The abduction is the push out. If I'm saying that right, too. Yeah. Is the push out. Keep in mind, I might have screwed that up, but I don't think I did. Abduction and adduction, I'm still learning it. But the push out, and you can see that it does, just oddly enough, just these two muscles on each side. You can kind of see it down here. These two muscles on each side of your legs. But I do it anyways. I believe I did 3 sets of 10 on those at this point. Let's see, adduction, 190 pounds. I'm very surprised at that, by 8 reps. And then I did not go to fail, which I will eventually. Like I said, I'm still being careful. I didn't pull it, but it was sore. And my gosh, that is a sore muscle. So, yeah. And out. Okay, I did a calf raise just like this, but I did not have anything to stand on. So actually I just came up and then I didn't go all the way down, which I think is acceptable at this point until I have like a platform to stand on. My calves are one of the places on my body that needs the least attention. So actually that's all. There's probably a few points that I wanted to bring up. If you use these carb programs and you're getting like carb program, this is Carb Smart, Carb Manager, but if you use these calorie programs, please make sure that you properly. Oh, I didn't have the other one I wanted to show you, but make sure that you properly put in your food. The ones on Carb Manager are user submitted, and they're responsible for some of it. And I was putting in for breakfast like some seeds for fat, and their seeds are really high in fat. And for quite a while now, I've been putting like I'm probably having an extra 100 calories for breakfast. Not a big deal. Because I've just now started to really watch my stuff, so I've caught it early. I feel pretty good. Like I said, no upper body today. Tomorrow is going to be, bear with me, I'm never prepared. I think that we're going to do back and shoulders. Wednesday be back and shoulders, which is can be a pretty hard one. It's a lot of pulling and pull down. I did it a little bit last week. I started using the cable row. There's a lever row of the machine, and then a cable row. And I'm still kind of coming up with some good back exercises for my shoulders. Actually, if you see here, I have this knot here. I was like dropped on my shoulder in football one time when I was like a senior in high school, and I broke this clavicle, and I didn't realize it, and it grew back really bad with like a hump on it. So I have a tendency to lean to that side, and I thought I'd grow my shoulder caps out to maybe puff that up a little bit. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I did abs. I've been doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I haven't really been touching my abs. I did do some captain chair leg lifts today, like 3 sets of 10, just for a little bit of stretch. Actually, I did it more because I needed some time between lifts, because I was at Tuesdays and leg days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are actually pretty quick days. But attitude wise, everything's been going pretty well. I actually think that through all of the trials that I've had through cancer and through weightlifting now, just all the weight I've lost and all just the way my life has changed. I do not know what happened 4 years ago, but just everything changed. It started with like the death of my father, and then everything changed after that. And after it's been like a myriad of problems, I'll tell you that. But what it did is it taught me how to handle problems in an effective way. And it takes a lot of work, guys. I'm 49 years old. I've thought and thought and thought about these things for years. You know, everybody's got things that bother them, but I really couldn't attest to how another person would deal with their life from day to day. But I would like to assume that we're all very similar, and you can kind of get the idea for what another person does simply for the things that you do, that you pay attention. You got your own movie going on right here in your eyeballs every single day. So I've learned quite a bit. I will say that it's very important to pay attention to yourself. When I started really knowing, when I went from really, really super fat to, you know, relatively skinny, I learned so much about some of the misconceptions that I had came up with about weight. I've said it before, and I will say it many times over, that I thought that I would not be a different person when I lost weight. I thought I would be, let's just say I thought I would be exactly upset about everything the same way I was before. But after a while, I wasn't convinced at first, but after a while, I everything started to kind of unfold and come together. And then you learn those lessons where it's like, okay, good things come to those who wait, and no one, you know, don't look for the quick reward, and you know, just patience. I've just learned patience. Patience is absolutely huge. Everything is going very, very well. I had some intestinal issues for a while after cancer, after I had bladder cancer, and I still go through. It's immunotherapy. It's akin to chemotherapy. It just so the layman understands it. It's not like chemotherapy really, but it's what cancer patients go through to cure their cancer. I'm cancer free, and that's why I got healthy. I'm a cancer advocate. I work for a couple of nonprofit agencies, spreading the word about bladder cancer. I'm on it's called Survivor to Survivor kind of quote unquote helpline for new bladder cancer patients that have questions about it. But I've gone through all that, and so far I do not have cancer, and I feel very happy and very lucky about that. So get your asses out there and get in the gym, and let me know if you have any questions or need anything at all. I'm a mover and a shaker, man. I just try to get things done.